blood starts to dance. Tickets run wild like a snake in the grass. Fingers twitch fast, orders thrown in. Dreams on the line, world spinning again. Shots like a maze, my head's on fire. Failure whispers, but I aim higher. Prop test gates trying to shake my pride. Won't stay down, I'll break the tide. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Test after test, I'm kissing the edge. Risk and reward, I made my pledge. Futures clash, the screen's alive. Bankroll breathing, it's how I survive. Fear and greed, they speak my name. Fight through shadows, win this game. Strategy tied, I'm locked and loaded. Profit streams, my brain's decoded. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Ooh, I'm ready for the bag, man. Like looking at the tag, man. I'm ready for a nut, yeah. We'll keep our stand, get curved now. Ooh, I'm ready for the bag, man. Like looking at the tag, man. I'm ready for a nut, yeah. We'll keep our stand, get curved now. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick. Trade the chaos, make it mine. Turn the losses into shine. Grit and sweat, brick by brick. Crack the code and make it stick.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Guys, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know if everything is good, if you guys are seeing me. I have a little bit of a different layout. Hopefully this is going to be a lot better as far as visibility. You see the full chart. I'll be able to actually move around. I put the data window over here so we can actually see highs and lows of the candle, make it nice and easy. Gold over here, NASDAQ over here, all focused, all ready to rock and roll. Ready to go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? How's your morning going? Gold really blew up. I was just away from the screen, but man, it's funny because I was really eyeing the turn in gold, and I was like, oh, you got three green dots ready to roll, and then I came back and it just blew up to the upside very much. News today is, I think, kind of interesting. Sorry. Let me mute myself. News today is kind of very interesting because, everybody popped up yesterday to 2200 on the idea that we're going to get this big trade deal. And then the trade deal turned out to be with UK, which is frankly like a non-existent economy. It's smaller than Rhode Island at this point. No, I'm kidding. But it's the major deal would be a deal with Japan, a deal with China, of course. A deal with EU, a deal with South Korea. Okay, nobody gives a shit about a deal with UK, frankly, from an economic point of view. So I'm actually surprised the market isn't giving back all of this stuff. But I guess the assumption here is that UK is going to be the template. A deal with Canada, a deal with Mexico would be big deals. But I guess everybody's just sort of thinking maybe that there's a template that everybody's going to go off on the UK side. So this in turn is the first of many to come. And that, that's the positive spin on this whole thing. So we'll see. We trade the flow. So flow right now is negative for all intents and purposes. We are negative bid on NAS, small but negative. So when we get a sell signal, we're gonna short Nasdaq and get lower. Today is the final chance for everybody to take advantage of this deal before coaching is going to close down. Coaching is going to close down for this, for the summer season. I mean, you can always come in during mid thing, but today is the first opening day of coaching. This whole deal, 3 free prop Apex accounts. You can get them, with Wells charts, obviously, which is where I hope you would do it. But you can also get them Tradeovate, whatever you want, your choices. You do this deal. Let me put up the link. And oops, what's going on over here? You do this deal, and I will give you 3, not 1, not 2, 3 free prop accounts. And I'm going to start today coaching with a really, really unique proposition to a lot of people who are going to come in. It's going to be radically different from the stuff that I preach in the room. So I think you got to find it very, very interesting. So looking forward today. It starts today at 7 p.m. The link will be going out. Don't ask me for the link yet. I haven't sent it out yet. I have to create the GoToWebinar, which I'll do after this, and I'll send it out to everybody. I'll also send it out, 1 hour before the webinar. Don't worry if you can't make it tonight. Everything is going to be recorded, and I'll send you a full copy of the recording and access to it on the BK community platform. And if you just want to join the BK community platform, here's the link for that as well. Okay, so this is my final notice to you guys on what we're going to be doing. Hopefully, I'll see you there. A huge amount of people have already signed up. I got a big list of people, and I think you guys are going to find it very, very interesting in terms of what I have to say on the thing. First of all, let's talk about layout. Everybody like the new layout where I kind of give you a much bigger vision of the canvas, so you guys can see as much of the chart as possible, and I'm not kind of interfering. Yes, no. Give me a thing. You know what we'll do? Maybe we'll do a first poll. Layout. Yes, no. That's it. I'm too lazy to type out. Oops, shit. I can't even type the word layout. All right. Vote yes, no if you like the new layout. I think it's good. Also, I like the black background. Kind of keeps me non-ghosted. Joe likes it. Karen likes it. Joe likes it. Good morning, Galavan. Nice to see everybody. So vis-a-vis funded news, basically the jury is out as to whether this is a true trade deal, whether it really matters. Like the economy keeps popping without the trade deals. So for now, we just watch the price action. As I said, we start the day with positive gold, negative equities. This gives me right now. If I get a red dot, I will take this trade. We will take this trade on the micros, and we will we'll see if it triggers a move for us. I think this is pretty good, right? I don't need to get any wider. I think this is pretty wide. This is pretty good too. You can see everything there is. I wish we started trading earlier. There was amazing easy clips here to the long side on gold. Gold is still very much a long only trade, but we don't have any signals yet. Nasdaq is a negative trade. Blue is underneath the red, so we have negative trend, and now we're just looking for a negative dot momentum to confirm that trade, to see if we can get a trade off the move here. Good morning, Ashwin. Good morning, Nico. Link for Wells charts is coming. Layout link. Oh, you want the layout link? I'll post it right now here. If you want this layout link that I have right now, which it's just you guys can modify it any way you want. Basically, the layout link that I like is 2 charts and the accounts underneath here, the portfolio underneath here. This way I can see everything I need to see on the charts. So to do this, I have to go to main menu. I got to go to layout, import layout. Oh no, export. Sorry, I don't want to import. I'm sorry, I'm the exporter. Oh, look at this. We're doing our own little tariff trade here. Layout menu, export layout. There we go. So I'm exporting this to you guys. Here's the copy, and I'm sending this link out into chat. Feel free to import it. No tariffs on the layout. No tariffs on the layout. Okay, let's close this up. Back to charts. Gold starting to correct. NASDAQ may be starting to resume its uptrend. We got 5 minutes to the open. What time is it? Yeah, 9:21. 5 minutes to the open. So we'll see now. We'll see how it plays out. How's everybody's trading been going? Trades were actually, last night we were doing Asia, right? And we had a great Asia session. Feel free to watch it on demand. Asia continues to be really, really interesting, and more stuff to come as far as that goes. But the irony of the whole thing is, of course, we go off air because I had a meeting, and then like 10 minutes after that, the tariff news comes out. And if you were trading the classic BK dot breakout stuff, there was just so much money to be made on the continuity trades. If you want, I'm happy to kind of go back with them for you. Let's see if we can just scroll back to. Okay, here we go. This is 9 p.m. Trump comes out with the announcement that there's a possible Asia deal, right? So we go from, actually, you could have gotten super lucky because the momentum dot was right here. But let's assume, you were not that lucky. You didn't take the momentum dot here. Fine, you get the fund the news, big candle, but you either follow the candle and you say, okay, I'm willing to take this whole risk, or you just kind of wait a little bit. You get the secondary candle here, put a stop right underneath here. That's a much more reasonable risk. And if you had got long here at 41, it went all the way out to 66 and all the way out. And if you were a long-term trader, it came out very well. And then, of course, you see me inevitably being the asshole that I am, trying to shorting it to the downside, which actually worked. I was shorting it here, kind of finally proved myself back up to the long side, just, screwing around inevitably. But the point being is that if you just traded pure momentum here, it was really, really nice. It was a cool trade. Okay, now we're going to go back to the start. Oh, we have a red signal. Let's go sell this. Sell this on a red signal. We'll put a stop underneath over this high, the spike high. We'll put a target over here. So first opening trade with 5 minutes to the market open. Let's see if we get a little bit of a continuity. So this is a sell signal, trend signal. NAS is in downtrend over here. We're in the trade. Let's see if it plays out. Just a small position here on the move. In the meantime, gold is possibly in the middle of creating a three dot cycle. One cool thing I got to tell you guys. My game plan is that we're going to trade half wealth charts, half trading view going forward. Maybe even 3 wealth charts, 1 trading view, depending on how everybody wants to do this. But that as of now, wealth charts paints the dots only at the close of the candle, not intra-candle. So if the signal is intra-candle, TradingView will give you that signal. Wealth charts does not. Well, talking to Rob yesterday, he was very, very kind. He kind of noticed. He said, "You know what? let's make sure that everybody has the exact same parity in analysis. So they're working on actually enabling this functionality that we have on TradingView, where you don't have to wait to the end of the candle. So in other words, if there is a red dot in the middle of the candle kind of developing, this will give you the clue. It doesn't necessarily wait until the close of the candle. So that'd be really, really cool. Waiting, that should be next week on that. One other piece of business, everybody who's listening to me who bought the Power Pak package, right, and does not have BFF, the single most likely reason, and I will be emailing you, is that you've actually never signed up for wealth charts, right? Now, people who've signed up for, I'm only talking to people who bought the Power Pak. Lifetime members who bought wealth charts, just email me and say, hey, I'm lifetime. Please enable me on wealth charts. And I'm going to assume, did I get done? Oh, look at me. But while I'm yapping, we got done on the short. Always trade trend. I think that's going to be my motto, since I always defy that motto, Do you remember that John Cougar Mellencamp song? I used to love that song. God, I used to love that. You can kind of understand why I love that song. I fight authority. Authority always wins. Anybody remember that song? What a great song that was. That's really the stupid story of my life. I fight trend, and trend always wins. I always want to trade counter trend when the easy money always is on trend. Speaking of kind of easy money on counter trend, here's gold, 3 dots counter trend, worth it for us. Let me go into the small MGCs. Worth it for us to just on a technique basis. Because first of all, this is a better entry than would have gotten. Secondly, this is the natural stop. If this if this takes us out, fine. But it was worth the shot because I'm in the 78 account. Okay, this is what I need to do now. So I want to take the gold account should really be the 81 account. This is a great thing about wealth charts, is you can separate your assets by account and trade them, separately like this, all from one single chart. So oh shit! Now I have to stay on the 78 account. I was like, where did my trades go? Okay, so I'll have to nurse this trade, but after this trade, all gold trades I'm going to do in the 78 account. All NASDAQ trades I'm going to do in the 81 account. This way, we keep the instruments separate, we keep setups separate, and we trade them both at the same time. Yeah, ATT. Somewhere in the Rockies says ATT, always trade trend. I hate ATT though. What's the question here? Will the dot stay after painting in the middle of the bar? Yeah, no, it will stay if the setup stays. Like, in other words, if it continues at the high or the low of the prior candle, it will stay. If it disappears, the dot will disappear, just like in TradingView. All right, so the reversal trade, the counter trend trade in gold, clearly not working, but it's good. I'm taking it because it's a legitimate counter trend trade in gold. 1, 2, 3 red dots against a positive trend. Boom, we're going to get taken out. Fine, we get taken out on this on a small loss. Not a big deal. Now we just we wait for the next opportunity and setup here. What I will do though, let me get over here, is I get stopped out. Okay, I got stopped out. Now I'm going to change myself to the 81 account. This way I'm going to be able to trade both. So here's the interesting thing. This is kind of like, this happens quite a lot. And actually I'm starting to appreciate this. If you got 3 red dots and then flip to a green dot, this is a positive trend move, right? Positive trend momentum move. You should flip the trade to positive. What this is telling you is that you had the reverse. If it's a true reversal, you should never get a green dot against the reversal. Like this was a positive trend trade. I should have reversed over here, and gone long, and it would have been fine. It would have been a good trade. Now I have no setups at all. We are actually market open, trying to figure out what anybody wants to do. Nasdaq is jacking up and down. Trying to figure out its next move. We have red dots all over the place, so there's nothing to do here. If this gives us a green dot and then a red dot, we'll be able to short it. This was a pretty clean, clear, positive trend. I should have taken this, but I didn't have a setup, so we'll leave it alone. There's 1,000 setups. I kind of figured out there's basically 23 hours in a day, at least 3 mediocre setups in an hour. So you're talking about, let's say 60 mediocre setups, and at least 1 quality setup and an hour. So it's like 20 to 25 quality setups. All you need is 2 or 3 to really, really do well. Which is why, this is such a good indicator. You don't have to take. I mean, I'm taking every single trade to show you technique, but it's just so good in terms of being able to just G5s. Yes, I think you. I think I saw you. I think I saw you come in, right? So I think I took care of you. I gave you all the access, right? What's the difference between a dot and a diamond? The diamond is a trend. So this is both a green dot and a green trend signal. Whenever you get a yellow candle, that's a trend signal. So in this case, this was a over here. Let me remove. Hang on a second. Let me just remove the history. Was this global? Sorry, let me just organize myself. Global chart settings, turn history off. Okay, so that we don't get polluted. I don't. You guys don't need to see history, but. So this is a negative trend signal, right? Diamond. It's just kind of like a super strong signal. We only trade literally 1/4 of the strategies that are built into it. And to get the full strategy value, just simply join our community. And you actually can watch my day trading course, which goes through all of the various strategies that you can trade with the indicator. Okay. What makes the setup high quality? When it's like this, when we are in trend and there's a strong trend signal, that's a quality setup. That's a winning setup. When you have this was a quality setup, right? Three counter trend signals that just didn't work. That's fine. When you have positive trend and a positive setup, that works too. This one, for example, actually does not work. Like this is positive setup, just doesn't do continuity. But then the next positive setup really does. The point being is that you don't need to really you don't need to force a trade here, force a trade here, force a trade here. There will be a proper clean trade coming up, and it will be most of them will be high quality trades. Like in this case, this was a little bit of a fluke. Where you took a small loss here, took a second trade here, and that was a really, really good trade. This was a great trade if you took it to the upside. Generally, the rule of thumb, I talked about this yesterday. Great rule of thumb when you're trading is that trend should be at minimum 2 out of every 3 trades you take. So 65% of all trades should be trend, and honestly, you would be very well served if 75% of your trades were trend and only 25% were counter trend. Because I'm an inveterate bottom picker, top picker, I veer towards 50-50, which is why it's far less productive. If you really want to be productive, you just simply take the trend signals only. But that requires a little bit of patience because, sometimes we're going to get into a long trend stretch. We're just not moving because we don't have a signal. We don't have a retrace move. Yeah, Trump. I guess Trump's going to talk about UK, but still, my point is that I don't, unless he says something aside from UK is just to me not that interesting a deal for US. Oh, look, my my soda can matches our logo, blue and blue. So I'm just watching price action here a little bit. We got, we just don't have any signals. We have to just stay a little bit patient here for the moves. This is a nice big sell-off into the essentially the 100 level, and we'll see what goes on. Oh, Rob just texted me, and he says that they're going to have the BK Scalper update on Monday. So everybody, go ahead, go out there, go crazy. Oh, let me also give you guys. Let me give you the Apex. Here's the Apex discount. Go out there. It's an 80% discount. I think, 80% on this link. Go nail down 5 Wealth Charts accounts, and I'll explain to you why that's such a good idea when we do coaching tonight. Because I have a completely radical, interesting insight into what you need to do to get paid out of Apex, which is going to be very interesting. I think you guys are going to find it very, very much against my own brand, what I'm going to tell you. But I've been doing it myself. It's been incredibly successful. I told you, I have all my accounts funded, and I'm just working on getting these guys funded too. And eventually we'll run as many of them as possible. These accounts are actually BK accounts, so I can't really convert these into funded. But I'm going to run my own private accounts on Wealth Charts as well, and I'll get those funded, just like I did with TradeAway. And then probably in about a couple of weeks, when we have everything, we have it all squared up, and I've given you guys all the techniques of how to do this, we'll start trading the funded accounts, which is going to be a really interesting exercise. Yeah, I'm going to be sending the link today, in a couple of hours after today. Everybody who's got the Wealth Charts package, everybody who got this package, which I'm going to just put a link to right now, we'll get that link from me. Yes, brand new link. Oh no, I got all excited because I saw a green dot. I forgot that I'm negative trend. Big moves, man. Look at gold. Huh? All right, this is negative trend on Nasdaq over here. $135 on the clock. We'll see if the candle holds the lows. But if we can hold the lows, this is going to be a red dot. And as Rob just texted me, what's going to happen, hopefully Monday when we get the update, is this is going to start putting a red dot even before the candle closes, just like TradingView does. It's going to be able to see it. So that should be really interesting. That doesn't mean it's, I'm really glad he's doing it, but don't jump the gun. The whole idea here is to wait until the close. In some ways, I prefer the fact that they're not showing me a red dot so that I don't get tempted. But a lot of people want to anticipate the move, so this will help you anticipate the move. Nico. So everybody who got the package and you're still missing the BFF indicator, I need to just give Rob an update of fresh buyers, which I'm going to do, and we'll set you guys up within a day or two. I promise you. I'm just we just had so many people, and I don't want to bombard them every single day. So I will do this. I will do this piecemeal today. I will before the end of the day. So everybody who signed up end of the day today, I'm going to make sure that BFF is enabled for you by tomorrow at the latest. Okay, 12 seconds, 11 seconds left. Legit negative signal. We're going to sell them and maybe sell it again. So double sell this. Let's go over here. First of all, put our stops. We're pretty much, that's pretty good. Big stops. Stops over here. Targets will be right onto this label here, right? So it's not it's going to retrace, of course, because it's a massive sell, sell candle. But assuming the downtrend kind of stays in place, let's see if this trade plays itself out. Meantime, keeping an eye on gold, because if gold, gold has to really rally a lot to give me a green dot here. So no potential for a green dot, but maybe, maybe gold is getting tired too. We'll see. Look at this. So this is retracing me out. If I get clipped, I get clipped. It's not a big deal. I'm trading very, very small sizes, precisely because we have a lot of event risk in front of us today. No need to be a hero. If this thing doesn't work, we'll have more setups, and we can always increase our sizes. That's the beauty of trading really, really small sizes. We can repair a lot of this stuff when we get a better quality signal. Single worst thing to do is to commit to a large size right up front, especially when you don't have 100% confidence. And I certainly knew going into this candle this was a very, very large candle, so the risk here was enormous. All the more reason to be small size on the move. But I have a proper stop. It's it's against the swing high over here. If it gets taken out, it's clearly a bottoming formation or a reversal. It could also just be bad luck, and we get a spike out and then it turns back down. If it does, it does. We account for all of those things. That's why you do lots and lots of trades during the day, and it's how they end up at the end of the day on the P&L. Actually, 1, 2, 3 dots on gold to the downside. Interesting. So gold is sending a second reversal sequence. I actually think that's a good way of thinking about it. It's not a reversal signal. It's a reversal sequence. If we start thinking about it in those terms, then we're not going to be tempted to just take every single first red dot. We need a reversal. It's a trend signal, but it's a reversal sequence. That's kind of a good way of thinking about this. Did I hear this? I didn't even hear the sign. Did somebody say that? Was there a siren? I didn't even hear it in the background. Oh, look at you, Dr. G. Are you from Philly? Are you from Philly? I love Philly. Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Still Pennsylvania, right? What is it? The great James Carville quote was, "Pennsylvania is Philadelphia and Pittsburgh with Alabama in between." It's pretty accurate. Really, like one of the most beautiful states in the world, in the country, in my opinion. Really, really gorgeous. Totally underappreciated. Philadelphia is underappreciated. Oh, buy signal in gold. Let's go. See, one of the good things about the indicator is it just gives me really nice, clean signals without me. Let's see if we can make this work here. So I was looking for a 3 red dot sequence, and we came up with a positive move through the short term. Let's see if this holds. This is obviously a very, very long trend, so we could just kind of peter out here, but definitely worth a shot here. Definitely worth a shot on this trade. And I'm still staying short on this, staying with trend. Basically, both of these now are trend trades. This trend trade is kind of going against me. I have a natural stop over here. If I get taken out, I get taken out. So, so be it. Ooh, really big reversal. Wow, look at gold. Gold took me out. Okay, so this trend trade just did not work. This one is still chopping around, trying to get it going. And it's, like somebody said, it's markets are waiting to see what Trump's going to say at 10 o'clock. So you're going to have a lot of back and forth movement here. We'll see what's going on over there. I am kind of tempted. Yeah, let me sell this. I'm going to sell the double. Again, this is not a classic setup, but I'm just kind of fooling around with you guys. It was a big reversal off this positive trend move, and this is essentially the third sell sequence. If you if you just ignore that move, so I'm tempted, and it looks like it's working to just get short. Come on, get me done already. I hate it when it goes to barely to target. There we go. I think I'm done. Right? Am I done? Yeah, I think I'm done. No, I'm not done yet. Come on, get done. There we go. Now we're done. So you see how I reversed out on that? Why did I do that? Because it's within the general philosophy of what I was trying to do, which is like, this is a 3-dot red dot sequence interrupted by a trend that got totally blown out, right? So once it got blown out, I was like, this is a sell momentum, and I got double long, and that's exactly what you do. You kind of reverse it out, and that obviously completely helped revive the trade, and we did a good job on the trade. All right, hang on. Yeah, Rob was saying to me they won't see the indicator until they have permission for it. Yes, I'm going to be sending him a whole list for commissioning. Oh, look at this. We actually dove into the positive territory on my NASDAQ, but I wasn't paying attention. Let's see what happens here on NAS. So everybody kind of understood what I did here. We're a positive trend gold. Gold is sending me 1, 2 red dots. I'm waiting for a third. All of a sudden we get a green dot. I'm like, okay, we got to take the trend trade. The trend trade just dies. Like it was a blowout. And here we go. Come on. Negative. I'm going to close this out. Well, it doesn't matter. It got done. I'll go back to the NASDAQ trade in just 1 second. Let's actually, take a second. The beautiful thing about wealth charts, I can actually show you where everything happens so you guys can learn a little bit. Let's turn history on, right? So here we go. I get the yellow candle, and I'm like, I enter long because it's a trend trade. It dies. It totally takes out the lows, closes on the lows, and I'm like, that's a negative move. You got it. It's a gold really having more momentum to the downside. So I completely reversed because this is effectively a 3 red dot sequence with an interruption in between. Boom, got done over here. Now on the NASDAQ side, it was a much more classic trade, and it just simply took a really, really long time to develop because this was a classic sell trend. Stop was over here. It really tested us for a while. Tested us for about 10 minutes. Then it crashed. I mean, again, I only take about half my risk. I could have taken a lot more. Those of you guys who are positional traders and have a lot more. I mean, for me, I got to tell you, this took me the patience of Solomon to be in this trade for like 10 minutes. I have been in like, I really need a little clap on the back here at how many times I've been able to hang in the trade with you guys without just blowing myself out of it because I'm so impatient. Yesterday I hung in that trend trade with you guys on Fed decision that worked like a charm, and today this also worked like a charm. But the underlying structure, the thesis behind the trade really, really proves itself well. So, green dot, red dot, negative trend, sell it, stop above the second most recent high right over here, hold, boom, done, right? You can see all of that happening, and It's kind of cool, right? I'm going to turn the history off. It's really like it, Wealth Charts is really cool, right? And being able to kind of walk you through the trades so you can understand the sequence and the structure behind it, right? Gold again flashing me a trend trade that looks like it's going to die again. Gold is a tough trade right now, but you know what? I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to take the gold trade because this is the stop. This is a natural stop for gold. If gold stops me out, fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to cry about it. But it's still legit trend signal. But clearly, the instrument is topping out over here, and it looks like if this dies out, we're going to be able to look at some reversal trades. But I'm still sticking with my trend bias because that's really what pays out in the long run. Trend bias, just having a little bit of patience and staying on trend will pay off in the long run, even if it's going to test you. And gold, nothing will test you more than gold, which is so choppy this time of the day. It works much better in Asia when the trend bias really continues. So it looks like I'm going to get clipped out, but again, small clip. There's nothing here that's gonna hurt my P&L for the rest of the day. Tiny little clips. If it doesn't work. Gold is really having, the buyers really died out. Like all of the volume on the buying sort of just died out over here. And it starts to be very choppy. NASDAQ also bottoming out. Was it 952? I'm still trying to see if we have any. Let's see if there's any news on the on the world here. Let's see on the headlines. Okay. Interesting. I was just looking to see if there's anything interesting going on over here. So India, this is Charlie Gasparino, who's a really good reporter. He says that the Pakistan, India, like they really wanted to do a deal with India. I think India is the new China for America. They're like our new girlfriend. So Trump really likes Modi, really wants to do a deal with India. Not much else going on here. No, I don't see anything. Okay, let's see where we're going. So we had while I was off screen, had a tiny little rally in gold, which actually put us, net positive, but didn't take us to target. And it's like, if I obviously took the eye off the ball. I should be watching the trades, but these are small trades. I really don't care. We're going to get tagged out. It looks like it, gold is going to give us a reversal sequence, maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. Okay, so I'm stopped out on the gold trade. Now we have to. It's a green dot, red dot, red dot, red dot. I got to have 3 red dots in a row to get a reversal sequence. So we'll see what it wants to do. It could also just be gold really finding support around this 61 level and maybe starts to re-rally again. Hard to say. Not very clear. Very choppy market direction. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really true. Pennsylvania is really gorgeous. This would be a little bit annoying if this was the bottom. You know, like we had a natural, reasonable stop. If the stop should have been over here, you know, that there's no way you could have anticipated that. But if it stops over here, starts to rally, if this gives us a green dot, we'll go back into it to the long side, because that will show us a little bit of a support here. Although it looks like it's going to paint the second red dot in a row. 7 seconds left. This is going to be a red dot. So second red dot in a row. We get a third one, we're going to have to go short. It's going to be the reversal sequence for us. NASDAQ re-rallying a little bit. Yeah, so the idea is that when that happens, you start to count again. If you want to be purely orthodox about it, right? Like for example, this was not a 3-dot sequence because we had a green dot in between, but I kind of took it as one because if you again, human judgment comes into the game. This was kind of an interrupt that got totally swept to the downside. I mean, for right now, what you can see is that 3-dot sequence really did give you the top in gold for now. This 375, 378 is the top in gold, right? And it seems to be unwinding here. One of the more problematic things about taking if this is going to be a third dot down, you're selling right into the support over here. But it is what it is. You can't. You got to take the risk when you can. The key thing is you're taking a small risk. You can always repair that risk. If you're taking a huge risk into a double bottom sell, then it's on you. Now it does have to be consecutive. It does absolutely have to be consecutive. This was not a legitimate trade that I took earlier. I just took it again. I try to explain to you why I took it. Like right now we have. Sorry, am I miscounting? 1, 2, 3. No, I actually have a 3-dot sequence over here. I should be taking this trade. I'm going to sell gold right here. I'm talking and I'm not counting my my dots. So I have a 3-dot sequence. I want to put the stop right over here at this move and put a target over here. Let's see if this reversal sequence works for me. So red, red, red. Okay. It's a reversal sequence. In the meantime, I got a legitimate trend down move in NASDAQ over here. If this candle completes, it's definitely going to give me a red dot because it's going to take out the lows here. So this sort of weak counter trend move getting completely annihilated on the downtrend side. So I'm watching NASDAQ. However, I need the dot. It's got to really break below here. It's got to be like somewhere around here in order to do this. Gold gets done. See, gold got done as noted earlier. I used to do that. I used to do that in my Twitter all the time. God, was I an asshole? When I used to do FX, and I would forecast the day, and the trade would go the direction of the currency would go. I'll go ANE, as noted earlier. What a little dickweed I was. Jesus. But it's funny. With BFF, it really does do, A and E. So I'm watching this very carefully, guys. 1 second left. Is that a red dot? Yes. Sell it, sell it, sell it. I wasn't sure if this was going to be breaking the lows or not. Now I'm going to go buy over here. I'm going to bring the stop over here. And let's see if we can make this move to the downside over here. Almost. We had continuity, just not enough. Like it was like, missed it by a point. Now we sit tight. If it goes against us, it goes against us. That means this is pretty much the bottom, and we may have a reversal signal coming up. And if we do, we'll wait until we get a reversal flow, and we'll take it. Just like over here, we state this reversal flow failed, right? This reversal flow kind of didn't materialize, and this was legit reversal flow that we took, and it totally worked. That's what I mean about being, very, very patient. You will get it. If you can't get it done on the first, you can get it done on the second, get it done on the third. And obviously, you could increase your size, like I had done a couple of times earlier, and wash away the the initial losses and accrue to your P&L, right? Especially when I'm trading these tiny little moves here. Those of you guys who like to trade the much more durable, like longer swing trades, this was obviously a very, very good trade. This also goes back to my idea of it's always better to be late than to be early. Meaning, I always say, wait for the 3 dots. I know it seems like, I want to take the first dot reversal. That's always generally a bad idea. Yes, you'll be early, but you won't necessarily gain much of an edge because you get stopped out. Okay, so this gets reversed back out. So we are reversed on NASDAQ. NASDAQ seems to have bottomed out a little bit here. So now we have to see if there's a true reversal move on NASDAQ. We'll give it a shot, give it a few minutes. But waiting for the 3rd dot gave you a much cleaner, easier edge to the downside, and actually a lot more room, to the downside. I don't see any news here. Let's go see what they want to. Hold on. Let me reading financial news. CNN, nothing. No breaking news here that I see that's of any value. So this is a big reversal in NAS. We completely, recovered the sell candle. And if you want to, again, not a traditional trade, but if you sort of believe, okay, this may have been a reversal signal, you can just get along a little bit here, give it a shot, see if it wants to play to the upside. Stop obviously underneath this move here. Again, not a traditional thing, but within the structure of what we're doing, it's not not a horrible trade. Especially, I would never do this at large size, but I could certainly do it at small size, just to give it a little bit of a vibe. Because if this is a true reversal, yeah, it's worth it. If it's not, if I get a red dot on this, I will reverse myself and sell the shit out of it. But let's see if it wants to push a little higher. And you sort of understand basically that, I was talking to Denise Schill yesterday, who's, I said, like a really great sort of very high-end psychiatrist or therapist to a lot of the hedge funds. In fact, if you guys ever watch Billions, Wendy character is based on her, and she used this metaphor that the market is like a wave and you got to surf the market. And that's exactly kind of how I always look at the market. It's just a wave, so we're just sort of surfing the wave. This was we try to surf a little bit of the up wave. The dots basically guide you to which way the flow is going, and you're just trying to ride those dots on a proper wave formation. This is actually going to give me a red dot. I'm going to reverse myself on this. I'm going to reverse myself because this is very choppy price action, but legit. 36 seconds left. This is going to be a sell. Oh man, just going away from me. Okay. Honestly, I think what's happening is because there's sort of a lot of uncertainty. We're just getting spikes up, spikes down, and I'm easily could be getting myself chopped out of this price action. But again, because I'm trading such small sizes, I can easily recover this small size sell. I want to sell more. Okay, so okay, let's see if I'm right. Go back over here. Go back over here. I wanted to reverse, not sell. Okay. I'm still getting used to how to use this platform properly. Okay. So this is a red dot with trend after all the greens kind of came back up. I took a cowboy trade on this, which was not a legitimate trade. This is a legitimate trade. And as you can see, the trend trade is working. And I'm going to flatten myself out because there's just too much uncertainty on this. But by adding size, I was able to totally recover my losses and add to my P&L very, very nicely, right? All because I actually took the proper trend trade here. And of course, when I'm really, really focused, I don't necessarily wait, for it to hit the target. If I'm close and it starts to back away from my target, I'll take it early. I mean, now it finally, hits my target anyways, but it doesn't matter. If it's the difference between plus 35 versus plus 45, it doesn't matter. It all adds up to P&L as the day goes by. So this was a true clean trend signal. I took it, momentum, took me out. I got, much larger sizes. This is a true clean buy signal that we need to take again. Now, is gold going to screw me again? Maybe, but doesn't mean I don't have a legitimate reason to take it here. This is a true legitimate buy signal. I'm actually going to buy 2 of these. See if I can make it work here on gold. I got the proper stops. Blue is still above the red. We're still positive trend. I still want to trade with trend. And there we go. And I'm going to flatten out, take this trade. Fine. You see, every time I go against trend, sometimes I go against trend when I get the proper reversal sequence is fine. But a lot of times when I'm just going against trend, I'm always paying the price. Fortunately, I pay a very small price, and then I P&L my way out of it, and that's it. Yeah, Trump is speaking now, so I'm not listening to what he's saying. And Nico says, Besant is on holiday in Switzerland to meet with some Chinese tourists. That's pretty funny. Okay. Again, seriously, let's see if there's any headlines that Trump is making right now. See, France pushes back on EU retail investor protection proposal. Bank of Canada, blah, 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 blah. Bill Gates to Reuters. Okay, there's nothing. Literally. That's interesting. Meantime, by the way, how is it nobody really paying attention to Pakistan and India? So, the trend trade here really popped up, right? We could have even taken more money. The story of the day is I always get out early, right? Actually, that should be my motto. Enter late, exit early. That's the key to success. That should be that's the BK motto. Enter late, exit early. That's what we do in scalping. The exact opposite of what everybody teaches you. Oh yeah, Pakistan has had nuclear for a long time, man. Okay, Black Cat, question on the diamond. What is the question? On NASDAQ, the red diamond yellow candle was a conflict of next green dot, but you took the trade. Please expand a little. The red diamond yellow candle was a conflict of the next green dot. Oh, so we took this trend. I got stopped, right? I got stopped by this big sweep up, right? And I took it, you know, I said, let's do a probative long. It was stupid, you know, like, again, I said it was not a traditional trade because I thought, okay, if they swept the trend candle, there was going to be some potential upside move. And it kind of died. That was it. You know, that's all the buyers brought. They kind of squeezed you out. And then the trend reestablished itself and we got short again over here, right on trend. Basically, you know, staying on trend. This time I would have been stopped out. Here I made money. Here I made money. Here I made money. The point is that, you know, 3 out of 4 times you're going to make money on trend. That's the key thing. You know, trading counter trend, as I was trying to do, is always a dicey information. Even here, you know, yes, even gold sort of testing you over here. You know, after, first of all, gold had a massive move. So when you're a third or the fourth or the fifth trend signal, you're obviously going to be much less likely to materialize. But you know, you get blown out here, you get blown out here. The third trend really worked really hard, right? So the way I trade is I'm going to take small position, and larger position here. This larger position is going to P&L me and wipe out all of my losses and put me into a net positive position, right? There's a lot, you know, you just have to keep be mindful of context, where you are, what's going on, stuff like that. Conversely, the reversal sequence, you didn't quite have the reversal sequence here, but it was good enough. I took that worked. This was a legit reversal sequence, and that was a really good trade. At 63, it went all the way down to 57. That was like, you know, $50, $500 on a large contract if you took just one contract. So that was, you know, that's how I'm reading the chart. I'm just reading the chart by going with the flow and trying to trade the flow. We're, you know, fresh lows here. As I said, I did not think the market was going to be excited about this UK deal, and I don't think it is. But end of the day, you never know. We could have a big, massive rally. For now, you know, we're positive trend gold, negative trend NASDAQ, and we're going to trade accordingly until we get a change of momentum. So that's it. That's going to be. I think I'm going to have my designers make the motto: enter early, enter late, exit early. That summarizes everything we do. You know, the exact opposite of what they teach you. Because the key to really trading good momentum is getting that slice of movement when you have a highest degree of confidence it's going to go your way. Right? It's not about getting the whole trade. It's about just getting the trade right. All right, guys, I got to run. Any final questions? Anything else on your mind? I'm gonna get everything organized for the coaching tonight. I'll be sending you guys the links. Here's the final chance for you guys to get into coaching. And as I said, it's going to be a fun webinar. I'm going to discuss some really interesting ideas about props, and we're going to talk a lot about how all that takes place. Okay. Thank you guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see those of you guys who are in coaching. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. I'll be sending out the email probably in about a couple of hours. Okay, after 12 noon New York, to set that up. Thank you guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.